So I've hooked up my Nano VNA to the Nano VNA Saver software so I can run it on my laptop. It's just a whole lot easier than trying to use this tiny device where I can't even see the numbers on it. So, and there's so much going on that Smith chart there. Yeah, I could adjust the menu and turn all that stuff off, but let's just use the software. It's free. It's called Nano VNA Saver. So I'm going to do a sweep. I've got it set for the portion of the 80 meter band that I'm authorized to use because I'm a general. So I'm going 3.8 to 4.0 megahertz, and I've got 3 points that I'm just going to see what it does. 3.8, 3.85, 3.9. I just randomly chose those numbers. There's no significance to that. But let's go ahead and do a sweep, and we're going to come over here to check the VSWR. And so you see there, it's starting out at a little over 3.4 and going down somewhere to about 3.0. And kind of the average here is 3.58. That's the number we're going to take, is 3.58. We'll see if we can improve that. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the bottom section of this whip, one entire section. So I just grab it up here, and I can feel where the next section starts. I'm actually going to lower it down to about right there. Just, no specific reason, just random. All right, coming back into the radio room. We're going to do another sweep. See what happens here. 3.4, you see there we are in the voice portion of the 80 meter band, and the average VSWR is like 2.944, which is not great, but my HF radio over here, the Yaesu 450D, which I don't think they make these anymore, but I'm really learning to love this radio. It was donated for our nonprofit organization. So I'm going to lower that mast a little bit more, and we'll take another reading and see what we get. But with that radio there, I could use the built-in tuner, and I could bring that down probably to 1.5 or so with the radio tuner. But why do that when you can get a better reading just by adjusting the antenna? So I'm going to bring the antenna down just a little bit more, but keep in mind I can also make adjustments to these coils. I've got two coils now with two sliders, and I could just really be in and out over and over again, making even more adjustments. So I'm going to bring this down one more section, and let's go see what that does. We're ready to run another sweep. What do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Let's do a sweep here. Oops, did it take? Oh, look at that. We're down to 1.4 across the board. I mean, it's the average VSWR is 1.445 to be exact. I know some of you that are more experienced like to measure VSWR in terms of return loss. I didn't learn it that way. I don't know what that means. So if that's what you want to know, knock yourself out. Oh, we can also look at the Smith chart here. Let's see where it is on the Smith chart. Okay. I should have shown you that earlier, but earlier it was ugly. It was ugly. It was a squiggly line all over the place on the Smith chart. And then there is the gain chart. So, all right. You think we can lower it down a little bit more? Bring it down? Let's try it. All right, I'm not going to bring it down a full section. I'm going to do about a half a section because I don't think we're going to have to adjust it all that much. So that's about a half section. Let's see what that does. This is the point where you might want to start placing your bets. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Let's sweep it. Didn't change it very much. It's around 1.5 when we left. I could live with that, but I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more. I said I wasn't going to bring it down a whole section last time, but I ended up doing that just now, bringing it down like a whole section, half a section last time, a whole section this time, and you can see how the antenna is getting shorter. It's still up there, but all right, let's go see if we can get a lower SWR. Earlier when I was looking at 3.8, that's where the location of marker 1 is. The average VSWR last time was actually 1.404. Can we get any better than that? Can we? What do you think? Let's sweep it again. And I think we actually made it worse. We did. We made it worse. 1.589. Okay, so I'm going to raise it back up a half a length and see what we do. Obviously, I could be out here all day tweaking, untweaking, and retweaking, and there's so many adjustments that could be made between these two coils and adjusting the sliders, but last time I brought it down a half of a length, and this time I'm going to bring it up almost half of a length, see if we can get back to that 1.5. Okay, last time we actually brought it up to 1.58 from where it was before. I'm going to see if we can bring it down just a little bit. I should be happy with that. You'd be happy with that, right? Sweep. And look at that. About just above the 1.4 mark. And the average VSWR for that frequency range is 1.463. I am going to stick with that. Okay, so disclaimer here. I am not a techie person. I've been a licensed amateur radio operator for less than a year. And a year ago, I had no idea what VSWR was. I had no idea what a Nano VNA meter was. Nano VNA, I don't even know what that stands for. Vector Network Analyzer, I think. I'd never seen a Smith chart before, especially not with all those squiggly lines. I have no idea what this stuff means. I just wanted to get on the air and participate in emergency communications and pass traffic through the national traffic system, send radiograms, to send WinLink, to provide a public service to the community, both for myself and the nonprofit organization that I work for. And so there are people watching this video that know a whole lot more than I do. And I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes, especially calling a frequency a VSWR. So I made a mistake, yes. And there are those of you out there that love finding and pointing out mistakes, and I love correction. So any and everything I did wrong, post it in the comments. Any suggestions that you have for improvements, post them in the comments. That's how we get better. And I just thankful that you're watching this. Hopefully it was helpful to you. And by the way, I checked into the Florida phone net on 80 meters this morning using this antenna. Pretty much set up close to what I have now, and was able to accomplish my objective, and that was to listen to and to be able to communicate with people primarily in the state of Florida, which is where I would be communicating in the event of a disaster. So this, sometimes you have the skip factor where you're going beyond ground wave propagation and you're skipping the area that's 100 to 300 miles. But this is allowing me to communicate all the way down to Miami, to Tallahassee, to Jacksonville, and all the way out to Pensacola. And I'm located here in Central Florida, just north of Orlando. So I have my objectives. I'm not doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to push the limits of ham radio. I am doing this for a very specific purpose. And having a decent VSWR is important to me because my radio will not transmit if my VSWR is too high. VSWR, SWR, call it whatever you want. So for practical purposes, it's been the $50 I spent on the Nano VNA has been a very fruitful purchase, and it's helped a lot. And so anyway, I'm going to say 73 from YouTube and get on the air. N4 GPA is clear.